Hello everyone, Rai-Cy back here with a new video. Bet you didn't expect another upload from me this week. Today I present to you all the PAA Season 6 American City Skill Issues Run. So, what is PAA? It stands for Plasma Ability Academy. It's going to be different from other draft leagues I've done because this one is an almost any ability league. If you don't know what almost any ability is, it's basically where you can give any Pokemon almost any ability, barring a few like huge power, illusion that would be way too broken. So what we do here is you just draft mons like you do in regular, but this time you give them an ability, or you can give them almost any ability. So you can have things like Magic Guard, Archeops. You can have things like Sheer Force Gengar, and many more. It's gonna be really fun because it forces you to be very creative with the way you prep, with the way you deal with teams, with the way you build your own teams. It's gonna be super fun. I can't wait to show you all what my draft is. So without further ado, the team. So the first pick I have here is Weavile. Okay, so why did I get Weavile first? Well, besides the fact that I was like third to the last, I didn't think I really had much of a choice, but also because Weavile is one of the 20 pointers or the top tiers in this league. Why is that? Because in regular, sorry, I hit my headphones. In regular, Weavile doesn't exactly have any spectacular abilities. It has pressure and pickpocket, both of which are kind of useless on a mon like it. But here, I can give it technician, so I can boost triple axle, I can boost fake out, I can boost ice shard, I can boost bite. It just makes it a very strong attacker, especially with triple axle. It 2-hit KOs, max defense buzzwole, which is like really crazy. It can even run things like Magic Guard, Life Orb. It can run things like Sword of Ruin, Adaptability. It's just a very good Pokemon because of how hard it hits, how strong its stabs are, and just the many abilities that can go with it. If I'm a pussy, I can run something like what's that? Pixelate, or not Pixelate. Queenie Majesty if I want to block Pixelate Extreme Speeds and stuff like that. The main problem with Weavile is, besides its standard problems, it being kind of frail and susceptible to hazards without giving up an item or an ability slot for Boots or Magic Guard respectively. It's also extremely frail. So if it doesn't get the kill on something it wants to kill, it can usually get one-hit KO'd, which is a bit bad. And it also has to worry about Fluffy, which is an ability that halves damage from contact moves, but makes you 2 times weak to fire moves. Weavile can of course circumvent that with like Adaptability or Sword of Ruin boost, or Sheer Force or Sword of Ruin boosted Icicle Crashes. But for stuff like its powerful triple axles and such, it's something we have to watch out for. But Weavile, very good, very fast, very strong. Can't wait to use it. Now, coming with Weavile is Tapu Fini. Okay, so I think what's there to say about this one? A lot, really. For one, it's very good in almost any ability. It's one of the most obnoxious mons on like Gen 8 and Gen 7 AA ladder because it's so fat. So with almost any ability at its disposal, it can run things like Regenerator, it can run things like Poison Heal, which is super annoying. It can run Primordial Sea for boosting its water moves. It can also run It can run Adaptability, it can run Sheer Force. There's so many things it can do, but its main selling point is its defensive capabilities. Weavile being weak to fire, being weak to fighting, being weak to fairy, all that. Tapu Fini switches in a lot on those moves, especially the fire and fighting moves, and because of how generally fat it is, it can eat even neutral hits pretty damn well. So like maybe slap an Assault Vest on it with a regen, or give it Toxic Heal and Calm Mind, and just be generally very annoying. It can run Defog, it can run Knockoff, it can run Taunt, CM sets, offensive sets. There are just so many things Tapu Fini can do, which is why I'm very excited to use it at 19 points. Next, we have one of the most exciting one of the mons I'm most excited to use, Zoroark Hisui. So this one is the first ever normal ghost type, and it got a lot of hype because of that type in particular. In standard, it's pretty okay, yeah. It has good speed, you know, 110 speed is very nice. Very good offensive/defensive typing, but you're not obviously using it for defensive purposes because it has bad bulk. But it has also a very, very good offensive move pool. So in AAA, where it has more than just imposter at its disposal, it can do so many things. It was banned in ladder actually, I think, because of I think it's Magic Guard Life Orb sets, because of how annoying it is to switch into with Will-O-Wisp and Hex and such. How it can just U-turn out of things. Its Sheer Force sets are also pretty dangerous with stuff like Shadow Ball, Flamethrower, Focus Blast, and even Body Slam for hitting special walls. It can even run, you know, choiced Protean sets like maybe Choice Band with Body Slam, U-turn, and some other stuff. Maybe even Choice Specs and such with Focus Blast and such. Sheer Force, just so many things it can do. What makes Zoroark Hisui also pretty special is because in PAA, the ability Illusion is banned non-natively, meaning Pokemon that don't have Illusion in standard play can't use it. But Zoroark Hisui, because it's one of the few mons that actually get it, can run Illusion, so I can make my opponents wary about having to deal with it, and it's just a very nice tool to have. My main problem with it is, you know, it's fast but you know, gets outsped by stuff like Weavile. It can also worry about pursuit. It also has to worry about pursuit trapping versus stuff like Alolan Muck, King Gambit, and such. And because of how low its bulk is, this thing can die to neutral priority moves, which can be pretty bad. And I don't want to be forced to run Queenly Majesty in it. But outside that, I'm just very, very excited to use Zoroark Hisui. It's going to be a very fun mon to use, and I absolutely love its design. Okay, the fourth mon I have here on my draft is LANDORUS-THERIAN. So, you probably know about this mon by now. It just does a lot of things, sets rocks, it kills stuff with 145 at base attack, Earthquake, you know, can pivot with U-turn, can taunt, can defog, just a lot of things. Can even rock polish in Nap decks, which this is. Just so many things it can do. It can even run special if you really wanted to. It has 100 special attack, so if I really wanted to run the special sets like maybe Desolate Land, maybe Primordial Sea sets with Weather Ball, or Sheer Force sets, which are like just worse versions of its other counterpart sets, so on and so forth. Just so many things it can do. And besides that, one of its main flaws is usually its lack of a flying stab. But because this is PAA, if I really wanted to run an offensive flying set, I can run Aerolate Return, which gives it a very, very powerful flying stab off of that base 145 attack. So it has so many things it can do. It can even run Regenerator, now giving it an actual form of recovery. It can run Good as Gold to prevent it from getting statused, or preventing defog, preventing taunt, and all that. It can even run stuff like maybe Desolate Land to prevent water moves from hitting it. There's so many things this thing can do. It can even run its regular ability Intimidate, because, you know, Intim pivots are always valuable. Can run Sword of Ruin, can run Tough Claws. Just so many things Landorus can do. It's LANDORUS-THERIAN. It has very good stats. Very excited to use it. And the fifth one, SLOWKING-CALAR. Okay, so this mon normally gets drafted around round 3 or round 2 sometimes in leagues. Here it's priced at 14 compared to the usual 16, probably because, you know, there are other mons that can regenerate now, so its niche isn't as valuable. But definitely this mon is still very, very good. With regen, it can still do his standard toxic spikes and eating hits and spread his status and such. But now it can even run stuff like immunity abilities like Earth Eater, and maybe Good as Gold as well if it wants to block taunt or prevent T-Spikes from getting defogged. It can also run offensive sets like Sheer Force. Sheer Force is very good on it. It has so many Sheer Force moves. Its stabs are Sheer Force boosted. It has coverage like Flamethrower, Scald, Focus Blast, all that stuff. Earth Power, I think it also... Oh, wait, no, I don't think that's Earth Power. But anyway, it's very good. SLOWKING-CALAR, you know, besides being very fat, can be offensive. It's such a good mon. I love SLOWKING-CALAR, and I can't wait to use it because it's been an extremely long time since I last drafted it, and I really want to draft it, but I never usually get the chance. So SLOWKING-CALAR, welcome to the team. I can't wait to use you. And the sixth mon here is INFERNAPE. So there are many things to say about this one. In standard, it's pretty good, but because it's a mixed attacker, it hits pretty hard, but maybe not as hard as you want it to compared to stuff like, say, Chiyu or Qianpao. But this one is still very good, just not used a lot in standard anymore, I don't think. I don't remember the last time I saw INFERNAPE get drafted in standard, but this is AAA. So it's very good because, you know, INFERNAPE with its very good move pool, it even has Rocks and Taunt and Slap Off. So it can run defensive sets if it really wants to. But its best sets are its offensive sets with mixed offense, like I think 112 attack, 110 special attack, I think. I don't know, but it's along those lines. It's very good. It can run so many sets. I can force people to prep for physical sets. I can force people to prep for special sets. And there are just so many sets it can use. It can run Sword of Ruin, Beads of Ruin. It can run Tough Claws. It can run Sheer Force, Flamethrower, Focus Blast, and all that. It can run Protean if you really wanted to on choice sets with like Earthquake, Flare Blitz, U-Turn, or on special sets with Focus Blast, Grass Knot, and all that. Just so many things this one can do. It can run it can run so many offensive abilities, the Ruin abilities, the Tough Claws, Adaptability, Protean, just so much. It can also run like dual stab, or it has stab on both the special and physical side, Vacuum Wave and Match Punch, which is very good versus offensive teams. Has momentum, has taunt, slack off. It can even run defensive sets, like I said earlier. There are just so many things INFERNAPE can do, and its most valued trait is its access to close combat, because in AAA, any mon can run immunity abilities. So if you're scared of Flare Blitz, you can run Well-Baked Body. If you're scared of Hydro Pump, you can run Water Absorb. If you're scared of what else is scary? If you're scared of Earthquake, you can run ground moves. Close Combat is the one strongest move that isn't negated fully by anything. I know you're thinking, what about ghost types? Don't those guys switch on close combat? Well, there's a little thing called Scrappy, and you know, if I want to run a physical set but I'm worried about Fluffy, I'm a fire type, so I can just smoke you with Flare Blitz, or if I'm special, I can use Flamethrower. INFERNAPE, not much more to say about this guy. There's too much to say about this guy, but I don't want to make this part too long. Nape, you're really good. I can't wait to use you, and I'm surprised I got you at round 6. Here at round 7, we have Lantern. So, Lantern, basically, what you'll notice about my draft is that I do not have a flying resist, and my only way to deal with water types is Tapu FINI, who doesn't even hit them hard, like at all. And I don't have anything to hit waters, especially bulky waters, super effectively, which is a really big problem. So, Lantern is here to help in that regard. It's a cleric, which can use Heal Bell to heal my offensive mons if they get Scald Burnt or T-Waved, or my bulky mons to heal them from Toxic and whatnot. Lantern also has very good special bulk, so it can run Regen Vest, or the Fist Def Regen Vest sets are very good. It can even run immunity abilities pretty well, Earth Eater, maybe even Volt Absorb, Water Absorb, and such. It's also a very good user of Primordial Sea, because it can boost its own water moves while also being immune to fire moves technically, while also making its thunders 100% accurate. So it's very, very good in that regard. There are niche offensive sets, yeah, like I said, and it has actual recovery with Regenerator and immunity abilities and such. I think they run Poison Heal as well. I'm pretty sure if anything can run defensive, it can run Poison Heal. Poison Heal is just such a broken ability. I think I can also run Sheer Force on this. I believe it has Energy Ball, although correct me if I'm wrong. But dual Sheer Force boosted stab with Scald and Thunderbolt is not bad at all. So, you know, Lantern, good defensive mon and a pretty niche offensive mon. So I can't wait to use it. It's going to deal with those stupid birds and those stupid waters. Very good. Our next mon here is Toad Screwl. Toad Screwl, I needed the grass, you'll notice, because, or rather, I need the grass because my ways of dealing with ground types right now is just using Tapu, FINI, and Landorus. Tapu FINI isn't a resist, so I don't want to rely on that, and Landorus has to worry about pixelate, Landorus has to worry about refrigerate normal moves while also worrying about maybe other moves in general, because I don't want to use non-resists to ground to deal with ground types. So I want a mon that can both kill and switch into them. Toad Screwl is that mon. Sorry for my dogs; they're just really noisy right now. I don't know what's happening out there, but yeah, Toad Screwl. Basically, it's a very nice hazard setter. It sets more rocks, sets more spikes, sets more T-spikes, a niche remover as well, so that Landorus isn't pressured to run defog every time. Same with FINI. This guy can run spin, can run knock to remove items. Unfortunately, Spore is banned because the league banned sleep moves. But you know, we move. It has a lot of utility going for it. It can run niche sheer force sets because it has it has Giga Drain, it has Energy Ball, it has Earth Power, it has Sludge Bomb, and it's it's relatively fast with 100 speed, and can even boost itself with Rapid Spin. So you know, if Nidoking can get away with being a Sheer Force mon, I think Toad Screwl can too. It's also my only rock resist, it's my only rock resist because I have a ground type, but neither resist rock, which might be bad considering Stealth Rock might be annoying and rock types like Terrakion might be annoying. So Toad Screwl obviously isn't exactly a 100% switch into all rock mons because, you know, they might have moves to hit it neutrally, or, you know, they take advantage of its piss poor physical defense. But, you know, better than having no rock resists, and, you know, I needed the grass, so Toad Screwl, welcome to the team. Looking forward to you. Next, we have the GOAT, the mascot, Fuecoco, the mascot of the American City Skill Issues. He's the GOAT for real, running Desolant Land. He goes, it's Fueking time, and then Fuek all over these guys. I'm so excited for that. He go Coco, yeah, Fuecoco. He run the Desolate Land. He run the, yeah. Quackalor. Last we have Okidogi. You know him. I always want to draft this one whenever possible. It's a very good toxic spike setter and U-turner. Can really dent because I also sort of wanted an offensive poison type on this team. Don't ask, but I think Choice Band Gong Shot with Choice Band Head Smash is just super nice. It can run Sword of Ruin. It can run Regen if it really wanted to. Earth Eater as well are very nice in it on bulky sets. It can run Knockoff, it can run Taunt. It's just such a good mon, which fits well on the team. And with that, we have the American City Skill Issues Season 6 PAA Draft. I hope you're all as excited as I am to see how these coming weeks will go. I'm going to record after I do the fights, maybe even as I do the fights, I might record, which will make this run particularly special since, you know, it's summer for me, so I have time to record. And I hope you're all as excited as I am, and I'll be seeing you all in the next videos. Have a great day, everyone. Peace out.